So setbacks are something that I deal with all the time. Because of the injury, I have a lot of residual issues. My weight fluctuates quite a bit because sometimes I can be really consistent with exercise. Sometimes I have to take a break. It's been quite the challenge for me mentally, because it is that whole thing, and this is probably relatable, right? Where you make a bunch of progress and then you have to stop, and now you're worried about all the progress you're going to lose, or you're worried about getting back to it. You're worried about easing back in, you know, especially if it is something injury related. It's just a lot. There's a lot of mental gymnastics that come with fitness already, I feel like. But then when you're dealing with setbacks and you're dealing with going back and forth on keeping on track and then not being able to keep on track for any reason. It could be time. You know, for me, oftentimes it's injury related, it's chronic pain related, it's just really hard. So often it's so easy to, you know, beat ourselves up or make our progress mean something that maybe it doesn't, you know, and that may be a really weird opinion on it, but being as functional as possible for me is the goal in fitness. I guess I feel like health and fitness can quickly become a self-worth issue. Like we put a lot of weight onto it, and rightly so, you know, this is our health that we're talking about. But at the same time, like, we're just doing our best, you know, we're doing our best with the time that we have, and setbacks are going to happen in literally anything. And nothing's linear, nothing is guaranteed, and as hard as I try, like I don't injure myself, but if I go too much, then I have to stop. Just like I made a video, it must have been a few months ago now, and it was a reboot video. It was like me rebooting my fitness. And like, I think it was just maybe a few days after posting that video, and I had another flare up. I had like all this nerve stuff. I had the hip bursitis came back. I was having trouble with my calves. I was having like a back injury and low body injury stuff, residual issues. It compromises everything. And it makes it really hard to keep going. It makes it really hard to restart because you're not really sure how hard to push and or like if you're being too gentle, you know, it's a really weird space to live in. And so I think about setbacks, and I've had to normalize them. But what that has done is it brings me back to the present, which I actually did talk about quite a bit in my last video, was being present and being in this sweet spot. There's some people walking behind me. There's these people walking behind me, and I am not sure what they're doing. I don't know. Anyway. This is why filming in public is so embarrassing. Because they just like walked past like 2-3 times. Anyway, so setbacks, right? So I basically normalized them. I've come back to present and just doing what I can today. And it's so funny how we can adapt and how hard that adaptation can be. Because there are times where I get so upset. I get so upset at the setbacks. I get so upset that my body isn't doing what I want it to do. But at the same time, what do I want? You know, like the fact that I get to try is enough. Honestly, there was a time when I couldn't at all. And I'm never going to take that for granted. I'm never going to take the movement that I can do for granted. So I guess whatever you're struggling with, if you're feeling in a place with it, you're having a hard time getting back going, it's okay. It's okay to ease back in, you know, and it's okay to know that the things that you can do may not last forever. I mean, it's not going to, anyway, none of us, you know, the whole, none of us making it out alive. Like that's real. Like that's real. So really, I think it's just making the best of the time you have to do whatever you can in, you know, whatever you want. So I can be proud of the times when things are going well, and I can be proud of myself for giving myself a break when I need to. I think it's all about perspective. Fitness is overall it's all about perspective, because the way that you see it, it really kind of dictates how you act and it dictates how you interact with movement and your relationship with your body and, you know, just fitness in general. It's funny, I've started making these like little vlogs, and it's always almost like diary entries that I'm just putting on the internet because they're also things that I need to remember for myself. And I think if I look back and I see these titles, and you know, if somebody watches this and it helps them, that's amazing. If not, I'm kind of helping myself here because these are all the things I need to hear pretty regularly. Yeah, I think these people are coming back. Okay, listen, I'm gonna go. I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Take care and happy training.